Dun, da, da, da. So today we're actually going to be going through fun facts of Saturn. Yes, Saturn still has a tag because he was my most recent one that I got. But yeah, fun facts about Saturn. Fun fact number 1. In 1610, Galileo first saw Saturn, and he thought that the rings of Saturn were actually 2 moons attached to either side. So it wasn't until 1655 when Dutch astronomer Christian Huygens, so sorry if I pronounced that wrong, he actually got a better telescope and found that it was actually rings around Saturn. So Huygens was also the first person to discover that Saturn had a large moon called Titan. Fun fact number 2. Saturn has only been visited 4 times by spacecraft. These dates were in 1979, 1980 and 1981, and then the most recent was in 2004. Fun fact number 3. Saturn actually has 62 moons, and I will not name all of them for you because that is a lot. Like a lot. So most of Saturn's moons are actually really small, only a few kilometers apart, so they've essentially not been named, but Titan, which is Saturn's largest moon, is actually the 2nd largest moon in the entire solar system. Fun fact number 4. I can't remember what fun fact I'm up to, but Saturn is actually the least densest planet in the entire solar system. So you might be wondering, what does that mean? So the density of water is 1 gram. The density of Saturn is 0.6. So essentially Saturn would float if you had, if there was enough water around Saturn, Saturn would float. That's insane. So fun fact number 5. So sometimes the Saturn's rings, you can't actually see them. So this is because Saturn is also on an axis, and because it takes 30 years for Saturn to get around the sun, sometimes for us it looks like Saturn's rings are about to disappear. So essentially Saturn is like this, and it's literally flat, so we can't see anything. But then most of the time Saturn is pretty much like this, so we can see some sort of its rings. So they're saying, I think in 2024 is when will be like the least amount of Saturn's rings that we can see. So if you're interested in seeing Saturn's rings through a telescope, now is your best chance before it hits 2024, so you got 4 years. I know I'm saying it as though it's coming quickly, but yeah, have a look. Have a look, take a telescope out and have a look. Alright, so another fun fact, because I can't remember what number I'm up to. Saturn actually spins so fast on its axis that it actually flattens out. So it's not really a sphere. It actually flattens... Actually, this isn't really a sphere either. It's sort of like this, like a chubby planet. So because it spins so fast on its axis, it actually pulls it sideways. So it's actually further around the equator than it is to each of its poles. So it's essentially a squished planet. Still cute though. Next fun fact. We didn't actually know how long it took for a day on Saturn because it spun so fast. So it wasn't until 2004 when we sent out that spacecraft to have a look at Saturn that astronomers actually figured out that Saturn's day literally goes for 10 hours and 33 minutes. So not only does it take 30 Earth years to get around the sun, but it also is every 10 hours is a day. So hang on, I'll quickly do this math for you. Okay, so in 30 years we essentially have 10,950 days, right? So if you take it into account that Saturn rotates twice as fast every day, you times it by 2. So it'd be literally around 22,000 days in a year. Yeah, so Saturn has 22,000 days in a year, which is almost longer than most people live, which is quite interesting. So yeah, we wouldn't want to live on Saturn, even though we can't live on Saturn because it's essentially just gas, but Still, that's a long time. So my final fun fact of the day is that you can actually go out and see Saturn in the night sky. So Saturn is one of 5 planets that we can actually see every night when you go out and you can see the stars. If you actually want to see its rings and everything really clearly like that, you'll need to go get a telescope. Even a basic telescope, you should still be able to see it. But also, there's also a lot of cool apps for your phone now where you can actually point it to the sky and it can actually tell you where those planets are. So if you really want to go out and find Saturn at night and you have a clear night tonight, go grab an app that tells you exactly where it is and you can point it out and have a look. It's actually really bright in the night sky. Thanks guys for watching all the interesting information about Saturn. If you would like one of these plushy Saturn toys, you can get them from Celestial Buddies. Definitely go have a look and check them out. I'll put a link in the description below so you guys can have a look. It's great for all kids. If anyone wants to send me ones that I don't have, I'd love you forever. But yeah, that's just me really wanting more plushy planets. But yeah, hope you guys have a great day and I will see you guys next time. Bye.